What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video. And in this video we will talk about Isco, because English media, especially the Daily Mail, is linking Liverpool with a summer move to out of favor Real Madrid playmaker Isco, and also Italian newspapers like Tuttosport. They are claiming that Liverpool are looking to buy Isco in the summer, mainly because Liverpool are still after a playmaker. After we failed to sign Naby Fekir for well-documented reasons last summer, Jurgen Klopp still wants to add more goals and more creativity into the midfield, and especially in the recent games where we have out of 4 games, in 3 of them we failed to score a goal. And yes, Liverpool haven't conceded goals either, but with just 1 goal we could have won against Man United or Everton. So I think Liverpool badly need goals from midfield. I've been saying this for months, and it's criminal that we didn't sign somebody who can score goals from midfield like Naby Fekir. Naby Keita was supposed to be that kind of player, but he failed to score this season, and I think Naby Keita has been really disrupted by injuries, but he's also adapting to the new league, a new country, everything is new for him, and Naby Keita is still a very young player. So I think Naby Keita has goals in him. He has about 5, 6, 7 goals on average previously in his career. So I think sooner or later Naby Keita will start scoring, but I don't understand why didn't we bring on Naby Keita for the Man United game, at least in the second half. Why didn't we bring on Naby Keita for the Everton game? But now let's talk about Isco. He's 26 years old and he averages about 8 goals per game for Real Madrid in the past 5.5 seasons, which is a really good return. And Isco has won everything for Real Madrid, so I don't think he fancies staying there anymore, because he hasn't started a game actually since late October. For some reason he fell out of favor at Santiago Storari, and of course he started quite a few games under the previous manager, the former Spain coach Lopetegui, but then he got sacked and Solari got appointed, and for some reason Isco has not played a full 90 minutes for Real Madrid since the end of October. So yes, he started some games since the end of October. What I was meant to say is he hasn't played a full 90 minutes since the end of October, and he wants to move on. He wants a new challenge, and he also wants to be at a club where he will start regularly, where he will be the main man, because at the moment at Real Madrid he's not the main man. It's Toni Kroos, it's Luka Modric, and it's either Vinicius or Asensio or Gareth Bale or Karim Benzema or whoever Real Madrid fancy, scoring in the game. But Isco has only got 4 goals in total and only gets 1 goal this season in the league. But previously he has very good returns from midfield. He has 9 goals last season, he has 11 goals in the season before that, and in total he scored 45 goals for Real Madrid in 5.5 seasons. That's why I said he has about 7 or 8 goals on average, and I think Isco wants to move. The big question is, will Liverpool pay his asking price? Real Madrid would probably want 50-55 million for Isco, which I think is a fair price for a 26-year-old. And remember that Isco is a brilliant player still. He has fantastic technical abilities. He can dribble past players, he can thread through balls, through crowded defenses, and he has an eye for goal. I mean, scoring 7-8 goals for Real Madrid on average is no mean feat. And he actually, before this season, he wasn't ever present in the Real Madrid midfield, and Liverpool have been linked with Isco previously. But in previous years, when Liverpool have been linked with Isco, I just couldn't really see that happening, because Real Madrid was a Champions League winner club and Liverpool didn't really challenge for the Premier League title in the past 5 years. But this season it all changed. Real Madrid are going downhill and Liverpool are on the up. Liverpool are now one of the best teams in Europe, certainly one of the best teams in the Premier League, and I think we are a much more attractive club and a much more attractive team that plays the kind of football that Isco would love to be a part of. So I think that we have a good chance of signing Isco. If Liverpool really want to go for him, then I think we have a very good chance of signing him. And Real Madrid are out of the La Liga title race. They have nothing to play for in La Liga, so they will probably concentrate in the Champions League, because they recently lost to Barcelona both in the Spanish Cup and in the Spanish League. Both games were at home in Madrid, so Real Madrid's season are really unraveling, and Real Madrid I don't think will win the Champions League either, because they don't look as strong as in the previous seasons where they won the Champions League 3 times in a row. So probably Isco wants to find himself a team who can you know, supply him with enough playing time, because he wants to play regularly so he can be selected for the Spanish national team. And this transfermarkt.com, which is a website which values players on their real life value, they value Isco at £51 million, which is a quite realistic transfer market value right now for Isco. And remember that he is a Champions League winner. So Isco won the Spanish League only once and the Spanish Cup only once, but he won the Champions League 4 times, and he won the European Super Cup 3 times. He won the FIFA Club World Cup 4 times. So he is a winner. He knows what it takes to win trophies, to win titles, and that sort of experience, even though he's 26 years old, that would be so valuable for the Liverpool team, because Liverpool don't have many players who have won league titles, who have won Champions Leagues in a row. Of course, our manager Jurgen Klopp has won league titles, but apart from James Milner, we don't have any other player who has won a lot of trophies in our club. So I think we need to bring in somebody like Isco, not just for his goals, but for his experience. So I say let's go for it. Let's try and sign him for 51 million. I think that would be a really good and realistic transfer fee. Very good news regarding the return of Oxlade-Chamberlain, the player who could really transform this Liverpool team, because right now we need exactly like a player like him, who can burst forward from midfield, who can get goals, who can add a lot of pace and dynamism into our midfield. Because at the moment, playing with too many defensive midfielders against Man United or Everton, Liverpool really lacked creativity in the midfield. And James Pearce, who is a Liverpool-based journalist, he recently tweeted that Oxlade-Chamberlain is set to make his comeback for the Liverpool under-23 side, and he will start in the game against Derby on Friday afternoon. So he was considered for the Everton game on the weekend, but that was postponed. I mean, not the game, but Oxlade-Chamberlain's inclusion, because Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool physio team wants to make it sure that we don't rush Oxlade-Chamberlain back, and I agree with them. We don't need another setback, another injury setback like it was the case with Dejan Lovren and other players. So Oxlade-Chamberlain will play this under-23 game, and if everything goes well, and then he can keep working in training, and hopefully he will be in line to maybe play a part against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, or play a part in the next Premier League game. And we have an international break as well. After, you know, playing 2 Premier League games and the Champions League game, we have an international break, and then Oxlade-Chamberlain can really refocus and ramp up his training. So hopefully he will be back by the time that we have the title run-in. The real run-in will start in April, and I'm a lot more optimistic about the Premier League title race than I was yesterday. After looking at the fixtures, Manchester City and Liverpool have a pretty easy March fixture list, but then in April, Man City's fixture list is going to be brutal, because they will play Crystal Palace away, they will play Manchester United away, Tottenham at home, Burnley away, Leicester at home. Those are all tough games. On the other hand, Liverpool have some winnable games left. The only 2 difficult games that Liverpool have is Tottenham and Chelsea, but they are both at Anfield. And at Anfield, Liverpool have been incredibly good this season. We only dropped points against teams like Manchester City and Leicester, and we have won all the other games at Anfield. We have beaten Arsenal, we have beaten Manchester United, so let's hope that we can beat Tottenham and Chelsea, and then the pressure will be on Manchester City. Let's see how they will like leading the Premier League table. And I don't think Manchester City will win all their remaining games. So what Liverpool need to do is just keep pace with Man City. Let's try and keep this 1 point gap. And let's try to win all our games. And Liverpool have already won 9 games in a row previously this season. That was in December and also before December. So we had a 9-game winning streak in the Premier League. So Liverpool can certainly go on a 9-game winning run. Let's try and do that, and let's see what happens. So I'm a lot more optimistic. Liverpool are still in this title race, and maybe Jurgen Klopp didn't want to lose against Everton. That's why he made some substitutions that really angered some Liverpool fans. I certainly didn't really understand why he brought on James Milner and Lallana, but rewatching the highlights, you could see that after Liverpool made so many chances, after like the 70th minute, the game turned a little bit. Everton went forward a little bit more. They attacked and had a couple of really good opportunities, and maybe Jurgen Klopp thought, let's just not lose this game, let's go back to Anfield with a point, and let's take it from there. The season is still long, and a loss would have been devastating in the Merseyside derby. That could have been, you know, a really big psychological blow for Liverpool. So I know a lot less than Jurgen Klopp about title races, so I trust his judgment, and let's hope that he will be proven right at the end of the season. And Jamie Carragher said some very good points about Liverpool's midfield, and this ties into the Isco situation as well, where I think we need a creative playmaker who can also score goals from midfield. Jamie Carragher said they lost Coutinho last January and they never replaced him. They tried to replace him with someone from Lyon, Naby Fekir, in the summer, but they couldn't get him. There wasn't 3 or 4 different options. So it's not just a case of right now in the summer. Even if Liverpool win the league, it is still a position I think they will try and fill, because it's not just a case of one player going in there and being the best player. They don't even really have that type of player off the bench. But when you are talking about that being a problem, I don't think there should be massive panic for Liverpool after today or this week's games, because they don't look like conceding a goal. So in the first half of the season, Liverpool looked like this, never looking like conceding a goal, and now we have 5 clean sheets on the bounce. The thing is, I go back to, we know about the midfield. I do look at the changes from the bench. I don't think they were great last week at Old Trafford. The first substitution when Sturridge came on. Then today I was looking at the substitutions and thinking, bring Roberto Firmino on, try and get someone behind Everton's midfield, and he stayed with the 3 men in midfield. And I kind of get what he's trying to say. He's saying that Jurgen Klopp should have kept Origi, Mane and Salah up front and put Firmino in midfield at the tip of the 3-man midfield, or just put the 2 midfielders, Henderson and Fabinho, as the defensive midfielders, and with the defense and those 2, I think we would have been fine. What I would have done is put Firmino up front instead of Origi, put Mane on the left, Salah on the right, and I would have brought on Naby Keita instead of somebody like Henderson, and also I would have maybe risked bringing on Shaqiri in the last few minutes instead of Wijnaldum, and just really go for it and try to win the game, because winning 1 and losing 1 game is better than drawing 2 games. And that's how I feel. If we really attacked the Man United and Everton, we definitely would have won 1 game. Maybe we would have lost the other game, but that would still be more points than what Liverpool have today. But you could argue that losing a big game like a Man United game or an Everton game inflicts a lot of damage psychologically, and also it would swing the momentum back to Manchester City. 2 draws, it's very disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. So let's regroup and let's see what Liverpool can do between now and the end of the season. But it's a very interesting debate, this creative playmaker and midfield role that Liverpool are lacking at the moment. What would you do in this situation if you were Liverpool or Jurgen Klopp? How would you fix the situation? I would love to hear your input in the comments below. And Carragher is making a very good point when he's saying, and I quote, "Liverpool have only lost one game this season. I played in a season when we only lost 2 games and never won the league. It doesn't matter how many games you lose, it's the points that you drop, and these points at the moment are proving vital." You just look and think, could they have been more proactive in the substitutions that they make? We will only know that at the end of the season. Graham Souness also said some very interesting points about Liverpool's midfield. He said Liverpool have a fabulous midfield, and if you are playing in the back 4, that is the midfield you want. But if you are playing up front, then maybe it's not the midfield you want. They don't create too much and they don't slip clever and cute passes in. I think that's where they are coming unstuck. 6 goals from 5 out-and-out midfielders is not enough. I worry for them now, and I fully agree with him. I think we need more goals from midfield. Apart from Xherdan Shaqiri, who has 6 goals this season, if I'm not mistaken, the other midfielders have either 0 or 1 or just 2 goals from midfield, and that's just not enough. 6 goals from 5 midfielders, that's about 1 goal per midfielder on average, little over 1 goal. That's very, very little, and I think Liverpool need to do more from midfield. And yes, we have missed Oxlade-Chamberlain. Yes, Naby Keita has been sick, he has been in and out of the team, but I still feel that there are goals in Naby Keita. Why doesn't Jurgen Klopp play him more? Against Bayern Munich at home, Naby Keita was really, really good, and since then it seems like Jurgen Klopp forgot about him, or maybe he was ill and he recovered, but Jurgen Klopp didn't want to risk him against Man United or Everton. We don't really know the behind the scenes stuff, and that's really, really annoying, because normally a fully fit Naby Keita, in my opinion, would have been a huge asset against a tiring Everton team or against a tiring Manchester United team. I think he would have really unlocked one of those defenses, at least with those runs that he makes from midfield forward, and he draws players towards him, and then he can slip in a ball to Mane or to Salah or Firmino. The games are done. What we should focus on is just to try to get back as many injured players as possible and really work on our shape and really work on creating chances against you know, low block defenses, because the next game against Burnley is an absolutely must-win game. We keep saying this, but if we don't beat Burnley, I think we can kiss the title goodbye. I just can't see Manchester City losing 1 and drawing 1 game or losing 2 games. We can't let them go 3 points clear. Man City need to drop points in 2 games, not just 1. And that is a luxury that we can't afford this Manchester City team to have. I mean, I just read a statistic that Manchester City won 15 out of the 16 games that they played in 2019. What's Liverpool's record in 2019, you might ask? It's 4 wins out of 11 games. So we won less than 50% of our games, and Manchester City won like 95% of their games, which is absolutely ridiculous and shows what a ruthless team Manchester City are. And Liverpool are still in development, but this is a huge, huge opportunity to win the title. Let's hope that Liverpool can find the magic formula in the last 9 games in the Premier League. So what do you think about all the talking points that I mentioned in this video? And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later, guys. Goodbye.